Hi guys, and welcome to your weekly horoscope for Monday the 2nd of November going through until Sunday the 8th of November 2020. Thanks for joining me. It's a pleasure to be with you today for this weekly horoscope. I'm going to give you a rundown of what's going on this week and what energy you'll be working with. Remember that I base my horoscopes on UK time, so there may be a bit of a difference. Starting with Monday the 2nd of November, let's go straight into it. We've got the moon going into Gemini at 1 minute past 10 in the morning, okay? The moon in Gemini, the moon is the part of you that really feels quite intensely and what you're comfortable with. Gemini is about communication. It's about taking action, opening new opportunities for yourself and broadening your horizons. So with the moon in Gemini, there's optimism in the air. Gemini is ruled by Mercury, remember, the communication planet. So lots of talking, lots of ideas floating around, lots of communication going on. The Gemini moon then sextiles Chiron in Aries. Chiron is the wounded healer in astrology, and a sextile is a positive relationship. So the moon in Gemini urging you to take action and to go out and about and to take risks and to explore. With Chiron in Aries, kind of puts you at odds. It's like, I want to go, but I feel a little bit timid. I'm not sure if this is the right thing. It creates a bit of uncertainty. And it also trines, the moon that is, Venus, the planet of love and beauty, in Libra. Okay, so Venus is really happy. Venus rules Libra. And Venus in Libra is at her most beautiful. She's independent, she makes good decisions. She's really able to suss out which relationships work for her and which don't work for her. She takes a kind of even approach. She likes beautiful things. And it's an air sign. It connects you to other people, to the world, to the universe. And connected with Gemini, we've got lots of air in the chart here on Monday. Lots of ideas floating around. The pace is really quick, and you can really learn and pick up new things here on Monday. So altogether, on the 2nd of November, you may feel somewhat overly optimistic, and you may hear what you want to hear. So you're getting on so well with people and you're rolling. You're on a roll here and you're just you're in your own little bubble, and it can kind of become very insular, and you can only listen to what you kind of let in through the filtration system. Make sure that you hear what's actually going on and that you pay attention to the truth. So it's important to get things right and to not let rose-tinted thinking sabotage you. Make sure you know what you're getting yourself into if you're signing a contract or you're making a new commitment, especially if that commitment has long-term implications. If it seems too good to be true, basically, on Monday the 2nd of November, put the brakes on, hold off, check again, and check the next day, as soon as the next day, because Mercury, the communication planet, goes out of retrograde and it goes direct. So it becomes easier on Tuesday. So yeah, moving on to Tuesday the 3rd of November. The communication planet has been in retrograde for the last 3-4 weeks. It now moves out of the retrograde period and it starts to move forward again. So the communication planet, when that's in retrograde, traditionally it's associated with communications being a little bit haywire. So telephone's not working, the computer not working, misunderstanding someone when you have a conversation, things that you post go missing, messages get lost or delayed, all of that kind of thing. Mercury in mythology is the messenger of the gods. So it's about getting ideas to and forth, and that becomes disrupted when Mercury is retrograde. With it going direct here on Tuesday the 3rd, expect communication to get easier. We also have the moon still in Gemini, so that's in a sign that's ruled by Mercury. So communication actually is quite easy for you because the moon gives you a natural sense of it. But what I'm being told is that because you feel so comfortable with communication and connecting with other people, you may not notice the little errors that creep in. So really double check everything. Plus, the Gemini moon squares Neptune in Pisces. Neptune is the water planet of dreams, imagination, and really what's going on inside of you. It has nothing to do with the outside world. So Tuesday, it's election day, first of all, in the States. So last time we had Mercury in retrograde during an election like this was in 2000. And I don't know if you remember, but there were problems with the votes being counted, that kind of thing. So expect something similar. The communication planet does come out of its retrograde period and goes direct. So the machine kind of starts to churn more effectively as it comes out. Add lots of misinformation and lots of communication obviously flying around via Neptune, and it's going to be quite an explosive day. So lots of misinformation, denials, shouting matches. Also on a personal level, with the Neptune energy and the moon squaring it, there may be a lot of wishful thinking going on. It is on the menu. Neptune kind of makes the fog descend a little bit, and it's like what I'd like to hear, what I would like to be real. So it's similar to Monday, but it gets stronger on Tuesday. So wishful thinking is something to watch out for, and kind of going into denial with things and saying, oh yeah, everything's going to be great and wonderful. Make sure you really get to know something and you do your research, especially if you're making a commitment. So it is easier on Tuesday to make commitments and to sign contracts and things, but because Mercury is going direct, but it's still a little bit dodgy with Neptune involved, because it just makes everything seem much rosier than it actually is. And so let's say you see this wonderful apartment, you don't get to see it, it's online viewings, you're like, oh fabulous, you put down deposit, you actually get there, and it's like, they used some really good angles here. Moving on, so be careful with that. Don't just assume everything's going to be better than it looks, or everything's going to be even rosier than it seems. No. Wednesday, the 4th of November, we've got the moon going into Cancer at 9:47 in the evening. So we've got to change in gears now again. Cancer is much more focused on the family, on the inner workings of life rather than the public and what's being said in a public forum. So it's like, yeah, it's like staying home, reading instead of going on Twitter and sharing opinions with other people. Mercury, the communication planet, squares Jupiter, the lucky planet, Saturn, the planet of structure and security, and Pluto, which is change, Hades is mythology, so the ruler of the underworld. It's the ruler of Scorpio as well. And all three of those outer planets are in the sign of the worker, Capricorn. So communication and work and change through work really becomes highlighted, and the focus overall really shifts from the external to the internal. So it's not the public sphere you're so interested in, it's the domestic sphere you're interested in. So with that said, it's a really great day to create, and to create in the home, to actually change your home, to fix up your home, to improve the home, adding some flowers or decorations, making it more of a space where you can be comfortable. So if you struggle kind of being in your own presence or doing nice things for yourself, then Wednesday is a really good time to kind of experiment with that and to improve your home, because if there is any anxiety around that, it's going to be reduced a lot on Wednesday. You're going to find it much easier to simply spend time with yourself, to listen to your own thoughts, and then to do something nice for yourself as a result of those thoughts and ideas. Okay, so on Wednesday, thinking is going to be focused on working well with others. So it's not about just getting your ideas across and like on Monday, Tuesday. It's really about achieving some sort of common ground so that you can work with other people, that you can work towards change with other people, and you can do that as a team. It's also a really good day for judgments and any legal matters. There's a really fair-minded energy floating around, influencing people, that's unbiased in its perception. It's also a good day then for journalists to really come out with the truth and to try and present it in a way that is honest and has integrity. Because of this unbiased perception, you're able to get something out in a really, containing as much truth as anything can contain truth. Because a journalist who writes a story, even if he says he's unbiased, he's going to have a certain way of looking at things. And if you're aware of that you want to take yourself and your own opinion out of something you're creating, then Wednesday is a really good day to do that. And to create something that can stand on its own and that has a life of its own. So that's an amazing day to create something really long-lasting in that sense. But instead of signing contracts and committing the next 3 years to some sort of student exchange program, by creating something for yourself that you care about and that you think of, you can create something really meaningful by yourself. You don't need anyone else to do that. On Thursday, the 5th of November, we've got the Cancer moon forming a square with the wounded healer Chiron in Aries. So the Chiron in Aries is saying, do what you want. What motivates you? What do you find interesting? And the moon in Cancer says, take care of other people. Don't just think of yourself. So there's a clash there. The Cancer moon also squares Mars in Aries, and Mars is even more focused on the self. It's the soldier, and he says, let's march, let's overcome these obstacles. Let's just get things done and bulldoze them out of the way. And it squares Venus, the planet of love, beauty, sex, relationships, romance, in Libra, so the sign that really allows her to create beautiful, ethereal, magical moments and experiences. So we've got the male and female here, the personal planets. And when they show up like this, in my experience, it kind of indicates relationships and the potential for new relationships starting. So that kind of appears on the radar on Thursday the 5th. The Cancer moon then sextiles Uranus and Taurus, so anything can happen, and trines the sun in Scorpio. So emotionally, you're really, really engaged and you're not missing anything. You're like, you've got eagle eye focus. You're really paying attention to how people make you feel and what you're putting out there. And if you have problematic patterns, like if you have complex post-traumatic stress disorder from childhood trauma, and you're really aware of certain patterns and certain coping mechanisms that you've put in place to get through things that don't help you and actually make your life more difficult, those can be really difficult to detach yourself from or to peel back and to insert new behavior. And a day like Thursday, where you're so in control of yourself and able to really look at things and improve them, it's a good day to implement new behavior strategies or to look at letting go of some of the things that don't serve you. Okay, so on Thursday altogether, there's a desire to take care of other people and to initiate new projects with other people and also to form new relationships. A meeting that starts out as innocent and totally run-of-the-mill can turn out to be something really surprising in an emotional sense, like a new love or a positive change in your fortunes. So something like a meeting that totally changes your life in terms of a new relationship forming or your finances improving. It's really a significant day where you can get good news in those two areas. So really pay attention to that. And if there are opportunities for those kind of things, like if someone mentioned, oh, we've got a job opening here, would you be interested, or do you know anybody? If there are opportunities like that, so even if you wouldn't consider them usually, just a run-of-the-mill recommendation by a friend who always needs workers or something like that, really consider it, because you may get something amazing out of it that you didn't see coming. So it's one of those days where the universe is rich and abundant. Think of it like an ocean. It's never ending, almost, okay? It's never ending. And that is so abundant that it kind of washes some sort of treasure onto your beach, the beach of your island, okay? And all you got to do is really be active and engaged and present in the day and walk the metaphorical beach and look where the treasure is, because the universe really wants to bring you something. So find the balance between taking care of your own needs and doing what you want, taking care of other people. Finding balance in that will connect you with other people and doing new things. And that could really have a surprise in store for you. So really positive, amazing day. Next, we've got Friday, the 6th of November. We've got Mercury in Libra. So the communication planet is still very fair-minded. It squares Saturn in Capricorn. Saturn is structure, it's looking at things in quite a serious way, and that kind of makes things a bit more rigid rather than fair-minded. The Cancer moon, so this desire to take care of other people and to be in the home and to make things nice for yourself, that opposes, so it's 180 degrees away from Jupiter, Pluto and Saturn in Capricorn. And those outer planets are saying, oh, your fortunes lie in work and really being diligent. The moon is opposed to that and says, there may be great opportunities, but I'm not really feeling it. I want to focus on myself and on my inner life. The moon then trines Neptune in Pisces, so that's heightened. We've got the whole ocean of feelings sitting on top of that saying, feel, feel, feel. And then we've got the Mercury square with Cancer moon. Let me try that again. Mercury in Libra squares the moon in Cancer. Yeah. So communication and feeling are at odds, and feelings really take center stage on Friday the 6th. And that's a good thing, because your thinking and your way of communicating becomes rather rigid with Saturn coming in and forming that square with Mercury. So with that Saturn kind of influence, you may look at things and assume the worst. So rather than just looking at the facts and figures and looking at worst case scenario, check how it makes you feel, because your feelings are going to be more reliable on Friday. Be more forgiving deliberately on the 6th of November. Saturn can be very, okay, we all need to be accountable and you need to be held accountable, and it's just like a dog with a bone, and it's not very compassionate. Yes, we need to be held accountable, but sometimes in life you need some sympathy and some support. You don't always need to just be judged and this is what you did, therefore. And that's what Saturn in Capricorn kind of does. It's very black and white. It's very like, well, you don't work hard enough, that's why you don't have enough money. It's totally uninformed, and it makes these difficult, hardcore judgments, especially when it comes to other people. So no one likes to be judged like that. Don't do it if you don't want it to come back to you. And there may also be a desire to close the door on the outside world and to totally isolate yourself. If you do this and no one stops you, or you don't stop yourself, then try and connect with something bigger by being creative. That's really supported here on Friday, that you're able to express something through some sort of creative outlet, whether singing or dancing or writing. If you're able to focus on your personal life and to connect with others on Friday the 6th, like the day before, you may be surprised at who you meet and the unexpected impact that has on your life. On Saturday, the 7th of November, we've got the moon then moving into Leo at 19 minutes past 7 in the morning. So the moon in Leo is a very different energy. It's not focused on the family home. It's focused on you as the person in charge, someone who is empowered, confident, who can entertain and lead other people. So it's really focusing on the self in a different way, as how can I make the self shine in the public, rather than how can I cook for people and how can I love them and take care of them. It's about elevating yourself through social acclaim and through the applause of other people and working with other people and really enjoying yourself. So the moon in Leo gives you a heightened sense of confidence. It trines Chiron in Aries, which is interesting because it's going to say, you know, even if not everything works out in life, it's still worth trying. So if you fall down, it's okay, don't worry about it, just pick yourself up and go again. That's not always the case. Sometimes we can try things and you know that inner critical voice, the ego voice says, oh, you see, you just proved that you can't do anything right, you failed again. And that's what Saturday is not about. Saturday is really about, you tried, well done. I love you, I love myself, I support myself, I'm going to be your best friend for the rest of your life. As long as we're together, you, in your body, you're going to be your own best friend, and you really feel that on Saturday. So again, if you're someone who's got issues from the past that are unresolved, like post-traumatic stress or abuse or depression or anxiety, things that cause you problems in the here and now, and a lot of that stems from your relationship with the self, you can really go into that and examine it and change it. Because you know the relationship we have with ourselves, it's so normal in our society to kind of say, oh, I hate myself, I have low self-esteem, I'm not good enough. It's like, it's very unnatural, and it's no wonder that the self suffers if the self is attacking it. So if I let's say I attack myself about my behavior in the past, and you flash back the memory, which the ego loves to do. It loves to bring up negative memories and show them to you again so that you can beat yourself up over them. And it shows you the image where you failed or something went wrong, and then you say things to yourself like, you see, there's proof that you can't do relationships. And that kind of lives in your subconscious mind, and the conscious mind and the subconscious mind aren't always communicating and saying, hey, is that true? Is that memory really accurate? And is that the conclusion that is to be gained from that memory that you're not good at relationships. Usually, first of all, it's incorrect. The harshness and the criticism is usually way over the top, and we don't challenge ourselves. So if the negative thought comes up, it's like, oh, you see, you're not good looking enough. Then instead of saying, okay, and feeling bad and knocking the self down and allowing it to feel rubbish, on Saturday you can challenge things like that and say, good enough for who? For the Emperor of China or the model agency or what? What are you actually talking about? So you can really change things in terms of your own thinking, particularly when it comes to the relationship you have with yourself. The Leo moon also squares Uranus and Taurus, so again, anything can happen. And that's really great. If you believe in yourself and you invest in yourself, anything can happen, and that's a wonderful reward. The Scorpio sun quincunxes Mars in Aries, so you're really in control of your life, of your feelings, and where you want to go. So there's no doubt, like there was earlier in the week, should I focus on me or other people? It's really fun, it's me, but not in a selfish, well, it can be a bit too much, but it's unlikely that it's too much on Saturday. It's just a nice energy of, I own my stuff, I like myself, I'm working at a better relationship towards myself, and I pull myself up when I'm mean to myself. And that gives you a wonderful opportunity on Saturday to shine and to perform publicly or to use your expertise in some sort of public or social way. If you like recognition or attention or an audience, it's the perfect day for you. So try and do something where you can get that buzz of performing in front of people. Oops, excuse me. You know, it could be on, it could be, you could do stand-up on Zoom, I suppose. You can perform an experiment online. You can, yeah, there are millions of ways for you to show your skills and expertise and to do something in a public forum. So if you've been wanting to make a video on how to tend to trees in nature after a lightning strike, then make that video on Saturday. You'll really enjoy it. It's really something where you can devote yourself to something you love. Also on Saturday, if you have children or if you just want some downtime to relax and to enjoy, it's the perfect day to just be silly and to laugh. And that's really needed, especially with Saturn inserting himself on Friday, very serious. Saturday now is a little bit more fun and you can enjoy yourself. So, hooray! If you do have good luck on your side as well on Saturday, so if you find you really want something for yourself, go for it and do it. If you want to do something but it's not 100% guaranteed, take a risk, it'll work in your favor. Finally, Sunday the 8th of November, we've got the moon still in Leo and it sextiles Venus in Libra. So Venus is in her element. She's saying love is beautiful, we love love. And the Leo moon says, I love myself. And that's a really nice combination because you're in a good place, other people are in a good place, and you come together. Also, the Leo moon trines Mars in Aries, so that it's not just fun and self-belief and being off your own back and not criticizing yourself all the time. It's really being competent and really able to get things done. And it's the kind of day where you can build evidence that you are good enough, that you are capable, that you are independent. You know, we have all these, the ego mind takes really diligent notes of our failures, right? But we don't really take notes of our successes. A lot of people just, oh yeah, what's the next problem? Instead of saying, oh wow, you just overcame that for the last 6 months, you worked towards something and you did it. Don't immediately jump into the next problem. Focus a little bit on the fact what you've achieved. And Mars in Aries not only makes that really clear to you, how far you've come and how well you're doing, it also gives you the confidence and the focus on your past achievements to say, I can do this. Even though I haven't tried it, I think with all my other skills combined and my experience, I think I'll be able to do this. And it's a risk and it's fun and it's something that I'm going to be excited about, and if it pays off, it's going to go really well. So any kind of thing in your life like that isn't guaranteed but could really have a great reward, really important to do that on Sunday. And finally, the Leo moon squares the sun in Scorpio as well on Sunday. So lots of powerful energy. Think about Leo, the lion, and Scorpion. I mean, those two are formidable foes. Or even if you're out in nature, meeting the lion and the scorpion, you're not going to miss that. It's an intense, powerful, scary, dangerous situation. So feelings are elevated. There's a sense of risk and danger. And if you're a bit of a daredevil, you'll love the weekend because it's fun. There is the ability and the opportunity to do something that's risky and that pays off. So go enjoy. The combination on Sunday, the 8th, means that this is a really good weekend, and the fun that you were having on Saturday, the 7th, continues into Sunday, the 8th. You can enjoy real fun and enjoy really high levels of self-esteem and confidence in yourself. You're focused, you're engaged, you're able to take risks, and you're likely to benefit from taking those risks. Your intuition is very switched on, so listen to your guidance. It's going to guide you in the right direction. Try something new, and if you have the opportunity to indulge yourself a little bit, do that as well. It's just a great time to enjoy life and to lighten things up a bit. And you're the light. You're the person bringing the actual lightness, and that's in your power, and that's a great power. Like I don't know if you've ever experienced this, but some people, when they exude real happiness and they're in a great place, when they walk into a room, the whole room turns around and looks and is elevated by that one person. And it's really a magical thing when that happens, and you're the person who can do that. And that's what self-belief can do for us. You know, like even if you aren't the most beautiful person on planet Earth, or the most intelligent, or most spiritual, or funniest, or whatever, if you believe in yourself, you can bring the best out in you, and you can really enchant people with what you've got. It's a natural, just ding, glowing. And you really have the opportunity to glow over the weekend, 7th and 8th. So have a lovely week. If you would like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website, gregoryscott.com. In my personal readings, I use astrology, and the astrology chart is amazing. It really reveals a lot about you. I need your place of birth, date of birth, and time of birth to draw up your birth chart. And once I have it, it shows me your life purpose, past lifetimes, what your life purpose is this time around, and what jobs are going to help you get there, or if your life purpose and your work are linked or not. Sometimes they are, sometimes they're not. Relationships, money, where to live, travel, family, spiritual progress, hopes and dreams being realized, institutions, whether you're someone who's going to be good as on their own, self-employed, or working for other people, because some people really fit in nicely and other people want to see them succeed and want to elevate them and help them grow. And if you have that, then it makes sense to work for other people, because it's a real gift you should take advantage of. So yeah, if you have any questions like that, then just get in touch with me for a personal reading. If you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and share the video online. Have an amazing week, and I'll speak to you next week.